So you've been consuming content online for days, weeks, and even months. You've worked extremely hard for your money. You're unsure and apprehensive where to go to on the grey market. Well, I'm going to give you tips on where not only to buy your watch, but also sell your watch. So the first section I want to talk about is buying on the grey market. There's a plethora of information out there on all the social media channels and on websites. Where do you go to? And actually, what's more important, what can you trust? Because if you look at some of the social medias, they might have a massive following, but they've only got a few videos they've put out. Do they have genuine stock? Is that stock actually on rotation? Are they buying and selling a lot of watches? Do they have interactions with their clients? That gives you a really good indication on if they're active dealers. Are they constantly replying to clients' inquiries? Are they constantly selling watches? An organic company will grow. It takes years to grow. You will see the growth. You'll see all their watches at different prices over the years, what they've bought, what they've sold, and more importantly, what their customers are saying about them, what their interactions they've had. That is a really good indication is to actually check their social medias. The second section I'll talk about is the website. Do they have a fully fledged website out there? Do they again have a rotation of stock? Are they buying and selling lots of watches? Are the watches sat around for a while? If the watches sat around for a while, there's two things. The first thing, they're either not good at the job or they're overpriced. It's as simple as that. If they're not pricing the watches correctly in the market, then they will not sell their watches. And what we get from our clients all the time is, oh, that's sold quick, or that's sold, or this is sold, that came in and that's sold. And that's what you need to be hearing as a dealer from your clients. They're actively checking your website, because for me, clients are wanting to come and shop there and they're choosing to. They're not actually just being driven there by paid or sponsored ads. So good companies will not sponsor ads on their platforms. So on most people's websites, they will have a Trustpilot section, or they should have. A Trustpilot is a really good indication, live up-to-date data on whether that company is running a good company. Most companies, they will have a constant rotation of stock and they will have constant rotation of clients, leaving hopefully positive feedback. Nobody won't be 1,000,000% 100% positive, but at the end of the day, you need to make sure that they have that. You can actually see the different types of clients, what they're buying and what they're actually saying about the company. And for me, that is a really good live, up-to-date indicator on that company and how they are actually trading. So one of the other things that you need to look out for, if they have one, is the YouTube channel. Do they have a social media presence? Is there front to the business? This can also be on the social media platforms like Facebook and Insta, but a good indication is a YouTube channel is there's a front to the business, there's actually a name there, there's a brand there, you can actually get a feel for the company. Not all companies have that, but for me personally, in the modern world, any decent company should have a YouTube channel. So this is a bit of a curveball for you guys out there, and we always say to our clients, go away and do your due diligence on the company. One of the things being Rolex forums, great. One of the other bigger ones is Companies House. Now, Companies House is obviously where a company's registered. You can log on there and see their last filed accounts, good and also bad. The bad side of that is the accounts that are actually registered on Companies House, they're not active or live. They've been last year or the year before accounts. So that is not a very true representation of where that company's at today. They could have had a fantastic year last year or the year before, just submitted their accounts, and then the following year they've had a bad set of accounts, and for that reason, that is not a true good indication, because they're actually not live up-to-date data. It takes a good year to 18 months to have the accounts put onto Companies House, so you're always behind. When you're looking for information on a company, it's always behind information, it's not up to date. So do use it, you can do some homework on it, but it's not an absolute true indicator on where that company is at on today's money. The next thing I want to talk about is the bricks and mortar side of things. What I mean by that is, do they have a shop, boutique, a office, somewhere you can go? They don't all have to be as the nicest boutique in the world. They could actually have a nice office. Do they have a bricks and mortar? Can you make an appointment? Can you go see the watches in person? I always recommend that. You'll get a feel for the person. We all have that gut feeling. You'll know who you're dealing with. Speak to the company. Do they have a sales line? Speak to the sales staff. See what they're saying and go see the watch. Go try it on, make sure it's exactly what you think of it, because from my side of the desk, what I see, and I see a lot in the industry where clients, you're putting your trust in that company, you go and you're buying something, they tell you it's unworn, they tell you it's a full set, they tell you everything's right, you trust them because you don't have the knowledge. We get watches that come in part exchange from clients who bought from other dealers out there, and unfortunately they're not saying it how it should be. The watch is not unworn, might have a link missing. definitely add a polish, so on and so forth. These are all things in the industry where it's really important that you're choosing your dealer wisely, because at the end of the day, you work too hard for your money, and it's very important that your money is well spent. And the final thing we'll talk about in the buyer section is price. Do not buy cheapest. Cheapest is not best. We all know as people, you get what you pay for in life. And I'm a firm believer, if you're wanting the right watch at the right money, you've got to pay the right price. And what I mean by that is a company that's grown their name and are credible and have built up their trust, you will have a price to pay for that. Do not go down the road, but we get it all the time where we get clients ringing up, will you price match against so-and-so? Will you price match against them? I'm like, well, have they got bricks and mortar? Is the watch genuine? Is it unworn? Has it a full set? Has it got everything with it? Have they got any, feedback? Have they got any reviews? We know what we do. We can't comment on what other dealers do, but I will tell you one thing in life, and from experience, you do get what you pay for. So pay the price. You will have no risk. You'll have no worry. You won't have any regrets the following day thinking, is my watch genuine? Have I bought the wrong thing? Because we do get calls from clients saying, I bought a watch, it was really cheap from a dealer, I went to meet him, I got a bit of a funny feeling, it wasn't in a proper establishment, I just have some negative thoughts, can you check it out, can you tell me if it's authentic, I've got this awful feeling I've been done. And like I said, in life you get what you pay for. So it's very important that if you're wanting to buy a watch or buy something, a luxury item, a high value, make sure it is from a proper, credible company. You get what you pay for. So the next section we'll talk about is selling. And we get so many first clients at LWC who are scared to go to the grey market. Where do you go sell your watch? So you could be a first-time seller, literally bought a watch, you didn't want it, you want to sell it. You could also be a collector, someone who's been buying watches for years, and we see lots of this, where you've got built up a beautiful collection. Obviously, Rolex don't want to buy them back, or you don't want to sell them back to the Rolex or their certified pre-owned system or their second-hand system. You need to go to an independent dealer like me to sell to. Where do you go? And it's a very scary thing, and we do with a lot of first clients, and it's very important for you out there that you choose your dealer very wisely when it comes to selling, because there's so many pitfalls to selling online. For example, Facebook, no, do not ever sell a watch on Facebook privately. There's people out there waiting for you guys, nice, genuine, private clients, to sell a watch online, and they're looking to scam you in many ways possible. I won't go all the ways, but it's very dangerous, so it's an absolute no. The next one is, you've got Chrono24 and you've got eBay. They're the biggest two selling platforms you can go to. Chrono24, for me personally, too expensive. The fee's too much. You have to wait a few weeks for your money. For me, I would definitely say no. The safest way is eBay. Authenticity guarantee. They take the buyer out of the equation. They're the middleman. You can advertise it on there. You will have fees to pay. 3%, possibly more, obviously as a private client, let's say 5 to 10%, but it's safe, it's secure, you can advertise it on there, you can sell it, send it to their authenticity department, they'll check it out, as long as it's right, they then send it on to the client. You have nothing to do with the client whatsoever, so that's probably the best alternative what you can do. But my advice to you is, take a bit less money and sell to a trusted company. And the reason that's important is you will come make an appointment at the boutique, or we can arrange full insured collection. We will inspect the watch and we will pay bank transfer money into your bank account, and that is very important. You are going to take less than if you tried to sell it privately, but for me it's the most safe and secure way you can possibly do that. You can guarantee the sale, the money's in the bank, you draw a line under it and you move on. And for me, it's more about being safe rather than getting that extra few £100 from somebody out there that literally is going to try and rip you off. So just take a bit less money, choose a proper company, and you can move on. And hopefully you built a proper relationship where then you want to buy your next watch, you can then go to them and you can say, I sold you so-and-so, will you do me a deal on that? And I'll tell you 99 times out of 100, we will always do it, and 90% of other dealers will also do it too.